I'm filming this intro right after filming the last clip of this vlog, so that will show you how prepared I was to actually film this. This vlog is going to be showing you my journey through reading my first fan fiction, Manacled, by Sen Lin Yu. I have since finished this book, but I didn't film an intro, so here we are. And then also I'm going to be reading the Happily Ever After playlist in this vlog. Now you're not going to see very much of this, I'll say. It's mainly focused on Manacled, just because I didn't expect to start this while I was reading Manacled, but that's what happened. So it'll focus on both of those. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any recommendations for me on other fan fictions, it doesn't just have to be Draco and Hermione, it can be anything. Let me know in the comments because I am trying to get more into fan fiction. Okay, so I am 10%, 11%, big difference, into Manacled. I have never read fan fiction before. This is my first attempt at it. I've heard nothing but great things about this book, but I'm just really concerned. This is supposed to be like a Draco Hermione fanfic, right? They're supposed to get together, I'm assuming. That's from the fan art I have seen. Now, this is like after the war in Harry Potter, and it also combines The Handmaid's Tale. And it's pretty brutal so far. Like, it's a lot to read, but I'm just concerned as to how Hermione and Draco end up getting together, because he's a monster. He's a monster. I hate him. I hated him in Harry Potter. I hate him in this. So how is it that Hermione goes from basically being like his prisoner and his enemy to falling in love with him? How does that happen? Why does that happen? I'm very concerned. Okay, so I'm on chapter 23, and I still hate Draco. I still hate him. But I'm seeing his kind of softer sides, and that's freaking me out. Because at first I didn't understand how it was going to be possible that Hermione ends up having feelings for him. But I'm reconsidering that thought, and it scares me. Wait, okay. Crazy theory. I don't know if this is even going to make it into the video because this might be insane. But Hermione is thinking about like where she fits into the plan of everything. Draco clearly doesn't enjoy the task that he has with her. She's thinking that maybe it has to do with her memories. Like, obviously he wants to unlock the memories, but he doesn't seem as intense with that part at this point. He doesn't seem to be trying very hard with unlocking the memories. So she's suspecting that maybe there's something in her memories he doesn't want unlocked. What if Draco and Hermione got together during the war? It's a crazy thought, but what if they actually had some kind of romance going on during all of this, like in the past? Because she doesn't remember a lot of that time period. Sorry, my hair is crazy. She doesn't remember a lot during that time period. So like, what if they had a romance back then? That would be insane, right? That would be crazy. It's probably stupid. It's probably a stupid theory, but I'm wondering. Oh my god, am I starting to like Malfoy? Oh, Jesus. Oh no, I'm starting to like Malfoy. Fuck. Rebecca was right. Damn it. Shit. So stressed. This is stressing me out. I've made it to chapter 25. We've gotten the news. I fear that I'm going to start to like Malfoy. Is it Stockholm Syndrome? Probably. Maybe. It has to be, right? It has to be. He called her Granger, and I screamed. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy. Which is fair. But now what? I'm only on page 245, and with the setting I have this on, there's 954 pages. She can't take any more trauma. This is horrible. What is happening to me right now? I'm distraught. I'm losing it. I'm actually losing it. Okay, so I've reached to the first flashback, and I am just as annoyed, I think, as Hermione at this point with how the Resistance doesn't want to use any actual combat against the Dark Lord's army. Like, what do you expect to happen here? What did they expect to win without actually fighting them? Why would nobody listen to her? Why? It's so frustrating. These people could have lived. Made it to Friday, and I'm shocked. I'm currently in the middle of the Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. I'm almost done. I have this much left. Having a great time, as always, with Abby Jimenez books, minus the friend zone. It was okay. And then I'm also reading Manacled still. I'm on the flashbacks at this point. I'm on flashback 26, and I might need to start flashback 26 over because I fell asleep. Now I don't know where I'm at. So I'm going to finish this, or not finish this. I'm going to read, there's still hundreds of pages left. So not going to finish this today, but I probably will finish this. So I don't think I've mentioned this on here yet, but we are following Sloane and Jason. Sloane is a character from the previous book, The Friend Zone. I wasn't a huge fan of the friend zone, but I liked Sloane. I liked the side characters more than I did the main two characters of that book. They were a mess. So Sloane has gone through some stuff recently. She is grieving. She is depressed. She is not who she used to be. She's driving. She finds a dog. A dog jumps into her car. And this is the silliness that is Abby Jimenez's books, but they're so good. They're so good. And she tries to find the owner. The owner is not responding to her calls. That's just going to voicemail. So finally, after I think 2 weeks, the owner, Jason, gets her voicemails, freaks out about his dog because he loves Tucker so much and is pissed. He is actually a musician, and he was out, I think he was on tour or something, and he did not know that his dog was missing. So he meets up with Sloane, and it goes from there. I love these books because while Abby always tackles, pretty important topics like grief, depression, anxiety, she tackles all of that in her books, but she does it in such a fantastic way. And I know I've said this on like my TikTok videos, I'm repeating myself, but I love her books. I love them so much. So I'm going to read this today and then swap to Manacled, which these are two totally different vibes, but it's fine. I'm balancing it out. I'm balancing the reading. This is not happening. I refuse to believe that this is what's happening right now. I'm on chapter 39, and this is, I refuse. If this is real and this is what happened, Jason is dead to me. I know he's a book character and I know he doesn't exist, but if he was real, he would be dead to me. So good. So fucking good. I finished it. I think I read this book in like 3 days, 4 days. I don't know. I could have finished it quicker, but I just didn't read a couple of days when I got home. This was fantastic. This was so good. I gave it 4.5 stars. I can't give it 5. I just can't. Like, I compare it to Just for the Summer and Part of Your World, and while this was really good, it just doesn't compare to those for me. But it was still a fantastic read. Abby Jimenez does it again. I need her to write more books, and I need her to write them faster, but the quality needs to continue. So I'm asking her to be like a superhero, but I don't think that's too much to ask. These are so good. I need more. I have Life's Too Short to read. And then my boyfriend pre-ordered Say You'll Remember Me. So that'll be here in April. But I need more. I need more. So it's a little after 1 o'clock now and I'm starting to read Manacled. I'm on flashback 27. I just am frustrated. I'm so annoyed with them at this point. I know they want to save Ron, right? We've gotten to the point they found him. He's not well, but they found him. They're escaping, and then there's a bunch of Death Eaters. I just am so frustrated with why they refuse to use dark magic. I get that it's evil, right? I understand, but do you want to win the war? I forget which character said it in here. Do they just plan on locking them all away in a prison and not think that they're going to escape at some point? And the way that they treat Hermione in here completely blows my mind because she has an opinion and she has ideas that they don't like. She's an idiot. She's so stupid for even suggesting that they use magic that gives them a chance. I'm frustrated. Okay, I have no idea when the last time I updated this vlog was. So much has happened since I last updated, and that is because so much has happened in regards to our family, both mine and Gare's. So it's just been a lot this past week especially. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. So mainly when I've been reading at bedtime and then I immediately fall asleep. So I haven't been able to update you. But I'm currently still reading Manacled. I'm on page 802 of 954. I'm on chapter 68. So I've made it through all of the flashbacks. So all of part 2 done. I really enjoyed part 2. I enjoyed it much more than I anticipated. I've mentioned this. I don't really like flashbacks all that much. This was like a whole nother book, basically. It was a good chunk of this fan fiction was the flashbacks. It was infuriating It was heartbreaking. It was romantic in a heartbreaking way. I did not think that I was going to love this fan fiction as much as I have. This has been a journey, and the journey isn't even over with yet. So my goal for the rest of today is try my best to finish this book, even though I don't want it to be over. This book, I feel, has parts where it's written very simply, but then there's other parts where I guess it's gonna start storming, so that's fantastic. There's other parts that are written so beautifully that it just hurts. Some of the most beautifully written parts are the most heartbreaking, and this hurts. My friend Rebecca owes me a drink after reading this book. I don't know if you can hear the thunder, but yeah, that's accurate for what's going on right now. Lucius and Astoria? Really? Right now? Really? But did that just happen? I know that Lucius is insane. Like, I got it. I understand. But holy shit. No. No, 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 no. No. Now what's the plan? Now what are they gonna do? Shit. Oh dear Lord. As excited as I am at the fact that they have the Phoenix Tears, I'm terrified. I don't know if this is going to work. I feel as though I'm going to have my heart shattered into a million pieces, because anytime anyone comments on the fact that I'm reading this book, they always tell me that this book is going to change me. And it already has, but I don't think that's what they mean. I think this book is going to absolutely destroy my heart. She has been through so much. I need this to work. And I don't think that's gonna happen. And I'm so scared. I don't want this book to be over. And it's been a while since a book has made me have this feeling. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. It's all fine. Okay, so final update, I have finished Manacled. I finished it on Saturday. I didn't get to film my final reactions to it because my boyfriend was sitting in the same chair that I was as I was finishing the book, and he doesn't want to be on camera. But I loved it. I have to give this 5 stars. There were some points that felt a little slower for me. It became very repetitive. With what Hermione was going through and like just going over events. But I think I'm okay with this because it relates to the struggles that she's dealing with, like with the PTSD, the agoraphobia. To really get the full effect of how that affects her, I think it was needed in this case. I loved the ending, because for the last like 100 pages of that book, I was absolutely terrified of what was going to happen to Hermione and Draco, that I was anxious. I was so anxious reading like the last 100, maybe 150 pages, because it seems like nothing would go right for them. At least in the long term, nothing went right. So it was nice to have epilogues that actually show you multiple years of what's going on with the characters still, and not just like right where you left off and it's like a couple of months goes by. This is like years went by and you still know that they are good, know that they're together, and then you get the perspective from her daughter and Ginny's son, and I loved it so much. I loved it so much. I'm mad. I'm mad at how long this took me to read, because I've had this fan fiction for a while. just on my Kindle. I never got around to reading it. And then my friend Rebecca was like, I need you to read this. Please read this. You are going to love it. You need to trust me and read this. And I'm so glad I listened to her. I'm so glad. So now I have downloaded Draco Malfoy, The Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. I have that on my Kobo. This is going to be my next read. I think I'm just going to jump in, read this one. We're actually buddy reading it together, myself and Rebecca, so this is what I'm going to be reading. And then I'm also going to, I think, pick up 7 Days in June as well, and maybe do a reading vlog on these. I think I'm going to start this today, and then maybe this a little bit later, or this one I can read in bed a lot easier, so maybe I'll start this now. I will update you though as I go, either on here or on TikTok or Instagram, but that is it for this reading vlog. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and joining. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.